I actually, even though I am an artist, I like to promote other people. I like to give others the same opportunity that I've been given. So I actually have a different artist, a totally different, non-paranormal related artist doing the cover of Rebel Witch, a memoir. And so he's in Copenhagen right now and is going to be coming back, I believe, on the 3rd or the 4th, finishing up that art piece and making sure that I have proper photographs of it to be able to submit with the book. And I've already seen the rough sketches of it before the color was added, and it's gorgeous.
Oh, I can't wait.
He's so talented.
Oh, and Tom says we have a book to bring also, Denise. So, yay, hooray, hooray. So, but I'm excited for your new book, and I can't wait to read it.
Thank you.
But I know, how many books do you have in print already?
3. I have 3 in print already. The first one is Soulscapes, which I will tell everybody and their dog, do not buy that book. It's not any good. Okay? It's not any good. I was going through a really rough time in a really bad relationship when I did that, and I'm very proud that I did it. And it's not awful, but it's not to the same caliber as Giving Up the Ghost that followed it and Walking with Ghosts that followed that one. All 3 books stand on their own. You don't have to read one before the other. There's no reason for that. Soulscapes was a short book, less than 100 pages, I believe, of different investigations, psychic impressions, remote viewing that I did, dream analysis that I did, different prophetic dreams that I had over a 10-year period. And that is what Soulscapes was, those along with the automatic drawing that went with it. Giving Up, the time I had my first experience, all the details that I could remember throughout my life, what I went through, being who I was, for lack of a better way of putting it, the struggles that come with growing up weird and being the scary girl. And that's what Giving Up the Ghost was about. And the beauty of that book, I've received a lot of reviews on my books, and all good. But there was one review from a teenage girl in Mexico who got that book for her birthday, like right after it came out. And I found this review just kind of by happenstance. And she said in the review that she was having a really rough time, that, that she wasn't having a really good childhood, and there were some hard things going on, and that no matter where she opened that book up, she felt like she had a friend. Best compliment I could have ever received from a total stranger thousands of miles away. Just the best thing ever. Walking with Ghosts is a compilation of investigations in Virginia, Scotland, and England that I did in, what year is this? Is it 2019?
I think so.
I think it was in 2016. I think that I went over, 2016, I believe it was, that I went over there. And what I love about that book is I took the Hollywood out of being psychic and actually laid it out for what it truly is. All its frightening details, all its scary, lonely moments, all its pain that you can have when you're the particular type of psychic that I am. The different ways that remote viewing affects you. Really, really, really bad investigations. Some that were really tough. And I laid it all out there. And in the back of the book, I actually have letters written by people that I've worked with, whether it was online or in person. And I think it's really important for your listeners to know that if they do get that book, I did not change one letter in those letters that they wrote me. Not one word, not one letter. If I had to add a period, it was because I had to for punctuation. I basically submitted them as exactly as they were written. So that's their accounts of working with me, and I thought it was important. And if they would have sent me one that said, "Hey, Vanessa's crap," I'd have put it in there.
Well, if that's what they thought, I know you would have.
I'm about honesty. Good, bad, or indifferent, I'm about honesty. And I put every single one that was sent to me in there, and that's been the most well-received book. It's landed in the top 100 on Amazon multiple times, but the beauty of it, Denise and Kat, is in different genres. It's been on the bestsellers list on Amazon in paranormal, world travel and exploration, and self-help. Wow. Believe it or not.
No, I believe, I totally believe it, because I know that I have, I think I have 2 of your books.
Uh-huh.
And I know one, I think one is Walking with Ghosts.
That's the last one. That's this one.
Mm-hmm. And yes, I can see Walking with Ghosts right now. And the bad part is my cat ate the edges of the damn book, which really irritated me. Because out of all the things, why are you eating the edges of my book? But, and I know I thought I had another one, but I don't see it.
The Ghost.
I think I do too.
Yeah, because I think I told you not to buy Soulscapes, because I tell everybody not to buy it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have that one, but like I said, it's kind of hard to look over here and see what I have. I need a bigger bookshelf is what I need. So anybody out there getting rid of a bookshelf, let me know. If you're close by, it needs to be at least 6 foot tall and black.
Oh, good gravy. Yeah. That's a big bookshelf.
Well, because the one I have is 3 foot tall and about 1.5 feet wide, and it's got 2 books deep on each shelf. So, so it's full. And the bad part is the Access books and the SQL books and the Java books are really big. And I don't even have them in it. They're just on top of it. Paranormal books are too deep and filling up the whole thing. So I want one bookshelf just for my paranormal library. And I've got books in boxes, but someday I'll have the office that I need instead of keeping everything in my bedroom. So. Oh,
hon, I agree. My office is my dining room.
So.
It's my dining room. Thank heavens I got a big coffee table that we eat at.
Well, right now we're in the studio, and the studio is my bedroom.
Oh,
so
gotcha. Yeah.
This is the reason we're not doing anything on video, is because you guys don't need to see us in our bedroom. So coming to you live.
I've already told you I'm so happy this is audio only, so it is fine with me.
Radio is supposed to be audio, so
absolutely, I agree.
So how often, or how long have you been doing your show on YouTube?
Oh goodness. Okay, Mike and I started our 4th year this year. We started our 4th year. We did start out our first year on Live Paranormal, and it was a podcast. And then we've been on YouTube for 3 years. Well, yeah, for 3 years, or 2 years starting our 3rd year on YouTube, so a total of 4 years.
Okay.
Starting. Yeah. We have fun. You've seen it.
Oh, yeah. And yeah. Mike is easy to work with. And I mean, the worst part for you is when you guys are getting storms down there, or he's getting storms out where he's at. That's the worst part for you guys.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, Mike and I have known each other forever and a day. I would not be an author if it wasn't for Mike. He asked me to write my first book.
That's true. And for those who are wondering, she's talking about Mike Ricksecker, who is a guest on the show not that long ago. And he is the owner of Haunted Road Media. So, but you know what, guys? We are up to our first break. So, guys, we got It's 3 minutes. So if you guys are out there and you want to go get a drink or check out the beautiful weather for a couple minutes, you can do that. You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. And we'll be back in 3 minutes.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
Son of a...
Hey, son.
Mother...
Son, what are you doing?
Hey, Mom. I'm getting ready to listen to Periscope Uncensored.
By expanding your vocabulary.
Well, it is uncensored.
Son, the uncensored part of Periscope Uncensored is Jax and I getting down to brass tacks with all aspects of the paranormal. There's no fluff on our show.
So, no off-color commentary?
I didn't say that.
Awesome! What?
Son?
I just hit my head.
Oh boy, I'll go get you an ice pack. Catch Periscope Uncensored Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
Since 1948, Fate magazine has brought you reports of the strange and unknown, all of them true. Fate Radio is carrying on that tradition, bringing you the unusual, macabre, strange, and bizarre. Join host Kat Hobson Sunday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, come on. I'm Southern, but... Nope. That'll do. Hello. I am Kat Hobson, host of Paranormal Experience here on WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. I enjoy having guests from all areas of the paranormal, from ghosts to ufology to cryptids and beyond. You'll find some of the best researchers in their fields bringing you some great information. Join me on Wednesday nights from 8 to 10 p. Eastern here on WBHM Digital Broadcasting. Thank you for listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. The time is 23 minutes after the hour.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Pride. I'm your host, Denise Pridemore, and I'm back with Vanessa Hogkr. And we have a nickname for her, but we're not going to tell you what that is. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself. No, no, we have a nickname for her. You may not understand it here because she's behaving herself. But her nickname that I gave her last year was the effing medium. And if you listen to her show on YouTube on Tuesday nights, you'll find out why. But here she's behaving, and hard to believe she works with children. That was the thing when we heard that. It was like, huh?
See, it all piles up during the day, and it has to have an outlet.
Yeah, and it just, boom, it all comes out on Tuesday nights or on Facebook Live. So if she gets, just a heads up, people, if you follow Vanessa and something has irritated her to no end, you're going to hear it a lot. So just know that when she says she tells the truth, she does. She will tell you exactly how she feels about whatever is going on at that moment in time.
It's true. It's true. I actually feel physical pain having to hold things in. It hurts me.
And believe me, I've watched her do it, and you can see her hair turn redder when she's holding it in. So just be aware of that. So if you get easily offended, do not watch her on Facebook Live. I'm just telling you that now. But usually if she's getting like that, somebody caused it and there's a reason for it. So just be aware of that. That's why I respect her so much. And if I'm telling you this is the medium that you need to talk to, there's a reason why I'm telling you that this is the medium for you. There is a medium out there for each person, and certain mediums fit certain people. And Vanessa is a certain medium for some of those certain people.
Well, I love the fact that you bring that up, because I'm going to talk about something here, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
That I find really, really, really important. And I've dealt with this. I've dealt with this when it comes to doing readings. And for people, keep in mind, I have done this publicly for, 4 years. Really publicly, 4 years. Privately, a lot longer. And I've talked to dead folks since I was 2, and I'm 47. So for 45 years, I've spoken to dead people. So, I mean, we kind of have a rapport. And the thing is when I'm being told something, whether it is from a deceased person who's wanted me to pass along a message, or whether it's from tarot, or whether it's a psychic impression, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm hearing, seeing, smelling, feeling, tasting, touching, whatever it is. If you're looking for a medium that tells you what you want to hear, as opposed to someone telling you what they actually hear, I'm not your gal. I'm not your gal. If I read your cards, which technically I'm retired from, but yet my phone's ringing off the hook all the time for it still. But if you come to me for that, I will ask you, how honest do you want me to be? I have yet to have one person tell me to not be honest, because then I would just refund their money and wish them well. But if you agree that everything that I said in the tarot reading was accurate, but want me to change what I'm going to tell you is going to be the outcome, call somebody else. I'm not your gal. I would rather tell you exactly what I see and all that other stuff and be proven wrong than tell you what you want to hear and have you suffer for it.
Right. Yeah, they need to hear the truth.
Exactly.
And the people that I've sent to you are the people that need to hear what you have to say and the way you say it.
And they have been repeat customers.
I know. And
bless them.
The thing was with the people that I send to you, they're the people that would relate to you the best.
Exactly.
Some people need the nice medium.
True.
Some people need the effing medium.
Exactly.
And that's what I told Ron. I said, I can match people with the people they need to talk to. That's easy. I said, I'm a medium matchmaker.
Love it. Love it.
And that was important to me, because if people ask me who's the best person for me, for some people it's Chuck Banks.
Exactly.
For some people it's you. For other people it's Katrina Cooper, and for other people it's Rhonda Hull. But the people I've sent to you really needed you. They needed the harsh reality of Vanessa, telling them in the way that they needed to hear it.
And I appreciate that. I really do, because and my son and I were talking about this last night, and I hope that I don't come off sounding really mean, because I do not intend that at all. No. I really don't. But I abhor the victim mentality. I do. Mm-hmm. It is something that I loathe. And the reason that I do is because I can see people's potential, and I can see where they should be, and I can see everything that they could become if they would just step out of that victim mentality. And I think that that's probably what you sense and why you send certain people to me, because, like I was explaining to my son, I could have been one of those people. I could have, I'm an abuse survivor, a rape survivor, a domestic abuse survivor. I've had 6 miscarriages, failed marriage. I've been homeless. I've sold my own plasma for an abusive boyfriend's beer money. I've been so low and so beat down, put in the hospital, almost killed by a stranger because I didn't want him to touch me. And so he beat me, So, I've been through all of that. And when people ask me, they're like, well, if you could change anything in your life, what would it be? Not a darn thing.
No, because all of it made Vanessa.
Exactly right. And if I can get past that, it's not that I'm glad it happened,
no,
but I don't dwell on it happening.
Right. That's what I tell people about me. I can't change any of the things that happened to me, but those things made Denise.
Bingo.
Right. Because people will tell me, oh, I'm so sorry that your dad got murdered when you were 10. Why are you sorry? Because if that hadn't happened, you wouldn't have met me today.
Exactly.
So every single thing that happens to us made us to this point to where we are right now. Yes, I wish some things hadn't happened, but you know what? It is what it is, and it made me stronger, I believe.
Exactly.
To get to this point.
It made you just like it made me, and like it makes others, able to sense others in need. It enabled us to be more understanding. It enabled us to be able to help others. What it also made us is less likely to deal with somebody's BS.
Right.
And I think that is something that is really the pink elephant in the room in the paranormal is knowledge, shortcomings in themselves, but are so unbelievably willing to point them out in others. I will be the very first one if somebody says, I think Vanessa did that. If I did it, I'm like, yepers, that was me. How did I mess up? How can I fix it? What can I do?
And that's the big question.
Exactly. And that's not common. And I wish it was. I wish people would understand that owning up to things like that doesn't make you weak. It makes you incredibly strong. Almost unstoppable, because you're willing to learn from those situations and to grow, as opposed to ignoring them and become stagnant.
There are so many things. I mean, I knew that you had all these things in your background without you ever telling me.
Yep.
Mostly because of our backgrounds are so similar yet so different. And so a lot of those things that happened to us in our past probably opened up a lot more of these windows into the other side.
Agree completely.
So that's going to make us see probably the windows into other people a whole lot better.
You're 100% right. You are 100% right. I actually did a YouTube video just on my own private channel in regards to head trauma and psychic ability. I'm not saying that that's where mine comes from completely, because it does run in my family, even though nobody talks about it. Nobody came out of the broom closet until I came public, and then it was
surprise.
Okay. Yeah, then it was okay.
Mine too.
But I did suffer severe head trauma when I was a child. I have scar tissue on my left frontal lobe. My seizures didn't start till I was in my 20s. And I had multiple near-death experiences. Very traumatic childhood. And I do believe, and there's no way I can know this for fact, but I do believe that trauma did kind of give me where I had certain levels of abilities when the seizures really began to start in my 20s, it really did kick that door open the rest of the way. It really did. And I mean, to me, that just makes sense. And that's one thing that, I mean, I've been talking to different people, you know, about being an empath and everything else. And one thing that I'm finding very common is that a lot of people who have empathic abilities have suffered head trauma.
Right.
And here's the kicker with being an empath is the most important thing that you can learn as you're trying to understand your abilities is the way to differentiate the feelings that seem to wash over you and separate them from your own.
Right.
That is huge. And it seems to be the one thing, that one chore no one wants to tackle. And it's the most important one. You have to know that if you've been perfectly fine all day long and everything is hunky-dory, and you go into a restaurant and you just become agitated, it's washing over you. Look around you. See if you can find somebody that feeling kind of amplifies when you look at them. Keep notes of this. If you're, you know, sitting there in your home watching TV and it's HGTV, so no reason in the world to get angry, right? Except for granite countertops, for heaven's sake. And you start to feel a way that doesn't make sense to you. Check your surroundings. Does something feel off? That could be a spirit that has come into your area that is making you feel that way. It's all these little things we have to learn to categorize and separate and compartmentalize so that we can keep what is coming at us from others, dead or alive, in this area so we can help them and keep our emotions in our area so that we stay sane. Does that make sense?
Yes.
True story. I mean, I can be taking a shower and I can tell you right off the bat when my little chihuahua Cha-Cha gets freaked out or has to go to the bathroom and I'm in the shower. But, you know, she's like my little familiar. She and I are so close. She's 14 years old. I've had her since she was 8 weeks. Of course I'm tuned into her. You know, I can be in my bedroom, my son in his bedroom, and I can tell you what he's thinking. But he can do the same for me. But he's my child, you know. It's those little things. I guess that's what irritates me the most is you got to do the work if you want to claim the title.
Oh, yeah. I have my grandpuppy here is in tune with my comforter right now, trying to make it just perfect right next to us. She's digging in my bed. I'm like, I'm hoping everybody can't hear this.
Not at all. My chihuahua does that. She rolls herself up in the blankets like a little burrito.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's nuts.
She's making sure that I know that she's right here next to me. We have a question from Randy in the chat room, and yes. He's with Caldwell County Paranormal Team. And actually next week, no, the week after that, on the 13th, he's going with us to Ashmore Estates for his first time. So welcome, yep. Randy. Yay. Yep. He has a weird question, he thinks. I don't think it's that. It's not weird. It's actually a normal question. He wants to know if you think psychic ability is a gift or if it's just something that's learned, or both.
Actually, no, I think that's a very good and very valid question. I believe personally that we all have certain gifts. We just all do. The universe works that way. The difference between some and others is how we open up that gift, how we open up the package, or when we do, and how we accept it once we do. So that covers the fact that I think everybody can do this to a certain extent. As far as those who actually do it, it's a gift, it's a curse, it's a chore, it's a blessing, it's everything, because that's nature, that's balance. You know, I can have a reading for somebody that is just so upbeat, and we both end it being so happy. And then an hour later, I can read somebody else, and it's tragedy and heartache and sickness. And I get to feel that because maybe a deceased loved one came through who died painfully.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and that happens. That's one of the best ways to describe that. I think I've done it before for you, is I was doing a reading. I'm in Oklahoma. I was doing a reading for somebody in Texas over the phone, couldn't see anybody. And this woman's son came through, and I have to be able to prove who I'm talking to. So there have to be specifics, you know, not random, could this be right, you know, information, but specifics. And boy, did he get specific. He showed me the NASCAR flag. He made me feel like I was standing in the middle of a track, that the cars were going all around me super fast. And I get vertigo. So, woo, that was a tough one. Then he was playing really, really, really loud heavy metal music, which is fine for me. I don't mind that. But then I got to feel him be beat to death by a baseball bat and set on fire. And then he showed me who did it. And that was the clincher. Because whenever I do readings, I'm given no information. None. I don't know if it's male or female they're wanting to contact. I know nothing. And that clinched it for the mother. She knew exactly who I was talking to. So it is a gift, but it's a gift that we give others.
Yeah.
It's not a gift for us. And I think that that's something that people forget.
And it's also a responsibility.